everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. Well, we've got Chantal in the kitchen tonight, who I'm very excited to introduce you to you. So when you get a chance, pop over to her page, CEO Cakes.
Cakes by CEO.
Oh, might have known I'd got it the wrong way round. So Cakes by CEO, but to be fair, if you put CEO Cakes, you will find it anyhow, so there's nothing wrong. So what I've asked Chantal to do is come along. She makes beautiful flowers, so all sorts of flowers. So she's going to show you how to make a couple of those, how she puts them together, and they're all individually wired. So we've had them done lots of ways in the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. We've had the Natalie Porter way, we've had the bag flowers done, we've had the FMM rose cutters. You know, it's each to their own. You know, it's like which sugar paste you like. There's thousands of sugar paste out there, but it's finding something that you like and enjoy. And Chantal loves doing it this way. She's got a mate with her today, Liz. Hi Liz, you're going to pop round here and say hello? She was the car driver, but then she told me, so get in here Liz.
There we go.
So Liz, what are you part of? Do you want to tell these lovely ladies? This is Liz.
Hi,
Can we go and shy now? She hasn't stopped freaking talking. It's why we didn't do a 10-minute intro, because she was chatting away for fun. So the reason you didn't get a little notification 10 minutes ago is because of Liz. Go on.
What?
Chat. So what organisation are you part of?
I'm part of the NSA. I'm actually a member of the British Sugar Art Guild as well, but I'm also part of the NSA, which is the National Sugar Art Association, which is an association of independent sugar craft clubs. We try and match up people in an area that are looking for a club with clubs that are there. That's what we do.
How fantastic is that? So if you're into sugar craft and you want to join a local club, you know what? Message me, I'll give you Liz's details and she can point you in the right direction.
Point you to the website.
Yes, absolutely. Go on, so what's the website called?
National Sugar Art Association. www.nationalsugarartassociation.org. I think it's just .org, and all the clubs are on there, where they meet, what times they meet, what their programs are for the year of demonstrations.
Do you have to pay to be a member?
No, you pay to be a member of your local club, and each club pays a certain, just a single amount to the association that covers all their insurances. But other than that, no, like you would belong to any club, you just pay a membership.
So for you guys who want to meet up with like-minded people in your own area, have a look at the association, join it, and you know what, you can meet lots of people in your own area, or it's, you know, you never know who's travelling in, and learn more about sugar art. So Chantal, Chantal was, as it's been taught some things by Liz. Okay, so she's a clever little one. So what we're going to do is we're going to let Chantal show you a few things, and then we're going to rope Liz in to do something is it called spontaneous? Is that how you say it? I'm going to let her go over there and have a little think about it so she can nip over afterwards. Okay?
Wire some sprays.
And she's also going to wire up Chantal's sprays for us as well. So, but before we start, so now you can go.
Can I go?
So before we start, just want to say thank you to the person who sent this today. Now, we don't know who sent this, okay? But Laura was in the office this morning and a gentleman come along and said, "Is this Sugar and Crumbs?" And she went, "Yeah."
I think it was Friday.
Oh, was it Friday?
Yes.
Right, okay. Got it wrong. So anyhow, he comes along and says, "Is this Sugar and Crumbs?" And she goes, "Yeah." And there you go, got a parcel for you, love. So it's got my name on it. And I'm looking at it today. There's no postage on it, so if anybody recognises this writing, we need to find out who this person is. So it's got the writing on it then, and then it's been lovingly wrapped as well. And they wrote a lovely message, and you know what? I just think it's so lovely. You know, every now and again somebody sends the office a card or sends me a card, and it makes you feel really appreciated. And I get loads of messages of people thanking us for the lives and thanking us for all that we do and the freebies and everything else. And you know, it's just really, really nice to be appreciated, because as you know, everything we do is free. Our tutors who come up do everything free of charge as well. And you know, obviously there's some cost to it, because there's all the setting up, there's all the prepping, there's getting everybody here. Chantal has to get her stuff together like all the other tutors, but everybody does it because they want to show you their skills or show you their product. And you know, and obviously we showcase it here. So you know, and we've got Maria working on videos all week, and Laura has to work at the night shift as well, and it just, you know, everybody's Nobody's involved, but it's all about giving you guys some help and support and advice. So, even though I do get it wrong generally when I'm on. So this is what they wrote. So they wrote this lovely letter, and it says, "Hi Carol, my wife watches you on Facebook and got me into watching your live feeds as well. As a crafter myself, I could see how much work goes into your filming and crafting. I needed to do some practice on my hobby for later in the year, so I hope you don't mind. I made the enclosed. A little thank you to yourself and your team for putting your live feeds on. Looking forward to seeing lots more Facebook Lives in the future. Best wishes for your business. Regards, a fellow crafter of a different sort. P.S. I'll leave it up to you to guess what my craft is." So, and there we are. I don't know who he is, don't know who she is, but I'm hoping they watch him.
Sorry.
But how fabulous is that? And we don't know what it is. He's told us to guess. What do you think it is? I think it is. Is it clay, do you think? Do you think it is?
It's certainly hard.
I can't work it out.
Tap
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's really tough, like almost
Yeah.
like a resin kind
It's
of
quite light.
glue. Yeah.
But it's great. Little
It's
butterflies,
fantastic.
ladybird. There's a few ladybirds,
Stars.
butterflies, cupcakes, stars, bows. So how nice is that? So let's give this chap the thumbs up. Well done. Thanks very much. And we'll find a spot for it here in the kitchen. Or should we put it in the office?
Yeah, it's been signed, but I
Oh,
can't work
it's
it
been
out.
signed.
Yeah, but I
Maria's
can't
just
work it
spotted
out.
it.
Me and John had a
No,
look
can't do
today.
that.
Oh no.
2019.
No, we couldn't work it out.
No. Maria, I wondered what you was looking at. Maria went, so, can we see under this camera there? Can anybody
Does anyone
see?
know it?
Is that upside down
Upside
that way?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry. No, don't turn it around. Don't turn it around.
Oh, you've got
Sideways?
quite a distance to go.
Oh, oh.
Keep going. Start. Oh,
Anybody
that's very
recognise
close.
it? Down.
That's enough. Yep.
Any comments?
Any comments about the signature?
No, not
Eh?
yet.
Anybody recognise their husband's
I was going
handwriting?
to say the wife might know, not me.
Anyhow, the interesting thing was we put a post on the page to say thank you today, and Molly Robbins has got one as well. So, don't know whether she knows. I think she says she has guessed. So I've asked her to message me and tell me, but she hasn't done yet. Little sneaky one. Right. So, as per usual, we're always trying to get new products in the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. I'm not like the big stores that has 8,000 to 10,000 products. We have about 3,500, 4,000 lines going on. But I am building them up slowly. The way that I operate is I buy the things I like. It's really bad, isn't it? Don't buy it because you need it. I buy the things I like. So if I like it, I buy it. So we brought in Magic Colours, bling bling. Okay, they've got a snow white, which at first I thought was silver, and then they've got a gold. And I will put it under the camera here, Laura.
Yep.
Okay.
Other way round.
Pardon?
Turn it
Oh
round.
gosh, I've been sorry. We've got new cameras, guys, and we've been so used to putting things the wrong ways round. I've got used to it. So anyhow, so these are 100% edible, and they are really, really very shiny. So this is your glitter. So that's quite exciting to see. And then here we've got a full range of metallic paints. Let me pull this lot out of the way. I think it'll look better on the green board. So I haven't brought them all here, just brought some ones that are well, they're all beautiful in fairness. Silver, bronze, rose gold, gold, yellow, there's greens, there's blues, there's a lovely pink one, really very nice. They're for your airbrush, yeah? And Maria and Laura are chatting away. I don't know whether they're paying any attention to what I'm doing.
Multitasking.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get used to this new camera, girls.
So am
Tell me. Maria's giving Laura a training session, and so am I as well. But I just need to know whether we're lined up. Are we lined up right? Good.
Yeah.
And then we've got the neon colours in. Now, I can't wait to have a go of these. So I'm going to have a go at making a sponge cake later on this week and see how vibrant they are. And we'll make some buttercream. And if it works, I will do a live on it. We'll make a rainbow colour cake. Yeah? So, and then Chantal is going to use this tonight, Shell and Shine. It's basically the same as your edible glaze. So Chantal's going to use that tonight. She's also using pasta de flores, which is great. And then one of the other things I just want to show you, because you may be wondering what these are. All right, we brought in a range of these. These are for decorating your cake boards. So they are contact sticky paper. And you just find a little bit. So you can see here, are we under there?
Yeah.
So you can see, you peel that off, and then you stick it onto your cake drum and decorate it, and then pop your cake straight on top. So there's a really nice pink glittery one. I like that one, the fur. Think of that.
What sizes
Yeah.
do they come in? Is it just
12
one
inch
size?
only. Yeah. And then we've got the pink satin, the white satin.
Oh, that's pretty.
The wood effect's so easy,
Lovely.
isn't it? So just really nice from your normal boards. And if you don't want to sugar paste them or airbrush them, yeah, so there you go. But there's a load more on the website anyhow. So I'm going to move off, but before I do, okay, let's just welcome Laura and Maria in the kitchen as usual. And as per usual, I forgot them. Sorry, girls. They weren't faffing around with the cameras so much, we'd be all right. But anyhow, so hi, girls.
Hi.
So, Laura, do you want to do your spiel and we'll get Chantal started?
Yeah, so we've got loads of people watching. You'll have to bear with us because we've got like 3 streams going this evening. It's all very new to me.
We've got what going on?
3 streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
We're
let's
hitting
tell you
everyone from
about
every
it.
angle.
Right, so on Thursday, Maria has finally set up her new equipment. So we've got all new lights, we've got all sorts of things going on. But we were a little bit scared about it and didn't know when to start it. You know what, if it's not broken, don't try and fix it, leave it alone. That was our theory. But then on Thursday, we did an impromptu live just to give things a go. So Laura didn't do that live on Thursday, so she's had to just come in for a quick training session. But it's like Computer City here at the moment, isn't it?
Yes.
But anyhow, we're hoping to give you a better live experience. So that's what we're hoping to do. So that's why they're talking to each other. Yes.
We are just trying to make sure that everything's as it should be, but it seems to be going very well so far. And we've got people watching on all 3 streams, which is a bonus.
Can you see who's watching on all 3 streams?
Yes, I can. So we've got people watching and commenting on YouTube. We've got people on the community page, and we've also got people off the Facebook page as well. So it's fantastic.
So that's how we are now. What we used to do, we used to stream just to the page, and then what we would do then is we would share it in the group, and then Maria would have to download it and then upload it to YouTube. Now the problem with download and uploading, it takes time, and depending on some events and how the Wi-Fi is working, sometimes it can upload very quick and other times it can take all day. So with this new equipment that we've got, we're actually streaming out to all 3 at the same time. So our YouTubers are watching. Hi YouTubers. Our group, hi group. And our page, hi group, hi page. So which is great. So just to let you know, we've got a few things going on as well. We've got a comp that we've got to draw for tonight for this little pinny. So this pinny can be won by the people who were sharing last week, sharing on their Facebook page, and this is working from 9 till wine. So which is great, isn't it? So Danielle Critch makes these for us from the Custom Caker. And so I've had to make me quite a few really, so we can do a few of these comps over the next few months. So we're going to draw for that later. You'll pick the lucky ticket for that, Chantal, later on. Yeah. So I think that's it. Do you want to do some shout outs before we get going?
Absolutely. So apparently Gemma Morris has said the picture is so much clearer. It is great. Well, that's a fantastic positive comment to start with. And we've got lots of people saying hi and welcome to the kitchen, Chantal. Really looking forward to the live as always. So just a very quick recap. The Facebook post will still be pinned to the top of the page when we're finished. So you don't have to miss anything. You can still catch up as normal. We have got a Facebook Live wish list. So anything that you see Chantal using this evening or Carol talking about throughout the live, you can go to the Sugar and Crumbs website to purchase everything. You can either search by brand at the top of the page or head over to the right hand side where the Facebook Live wish list is. I can't say Facebook tonight. So head over to the wish list and everything will be there for you. Like I say, if you need to catch up or you can't stay with us for the whole session, don't worry, we will still pin everything and you will still be able to catch up. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to work out who is watching on what page, but we've got lots of familiar names.
From everywhere.
Yeah, from everywhere. So Ginny Fair's watching, Richard Crompton and Julie's watching, Penny Muller, Elizabeth Frost. We've also got Debbie Hargreaves, Tracy Soul, Rob Allen's popped up as well. So yeah, we've got lots of familiar names. It's great to see you on all the
different channels, which is really good fun. But I don't know whether that's brought our audience down on the actual group. Don't know.
No, we're still touching 200 on one page. We're touching 100 on another page. And we've also got people on YouTube.
Fantastic, that's what we like.
Yeah.
So and as they get used to us being on YouTube on a Monday night, that will be brilliant. So I'm going to get out of the way. Now there's a few things on the live tonight that's not on the wish list. Chantal will go through a few things that she's going to use. I have ordered them, but they have to be handmade. So there's me thinking I could just place an order and they would be on their way. But unfortunately that is not the case. So, but I have ordered them and hopefully I'll have them in later on in the week. But I will put them up on the website tomorrow as pre-order. But he does think he should be able to get them to me about Thursday or Friday. So you won't be waiting that long. They are made in the UK and they are made with British steel. And there's a few other products that Chantal is using tonight which I've not put in the wish list. So as the night goes on, I'll be adding those to the wish list as well. Yeah? So I'm going to get out of the way, and just to let you know that Chantal had a car accident a few years ago, so every now and again she might need to sit down. So if you see her suddenly bob up and down, that is why. So she's got a bad back, right? Okay then. So I will leave you to get on then, Chantal.
Lovely.
Can I just say one more thing that I completely forgot? If anyone is new and watching for the first time tonight, this is a Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. So Chantal is our guest. Everything is free to watch. We don't make anyone subscribe or anything like that. And it's a no pressure session. So anything you want to purchase, feel free. If not, it's just a free tutorial, which is a brilliant advantage. What happens in the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen stays in the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. So we are making things that are edible. We're making sugar flowers. Personally, you wouldn't want to eat them because they are pure sugar. But for anyone who hasn't watched us before, don't worry about Chantal touching her hair, not having gloves on, touching her face and things like that. We don't force any of the food items on anyone because me and Maria eat them all far too fast if there is anything to eat. So no one needs to be worried about that.
There's going to be nothing to eat tonight.
No, I know. That's fine.
These are all going to be wired.
Yes. So there you go.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to use, actually, I'm going to show you this one. Right,
Yeah.
so these are the types of roses that we are going to be, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Made
beautiful.
tonight.
Straight under that camera.
So,
Directly. Oh, you don't need to be that close. Don't worry.
You can be on
So
this
just
new
be
camera
on the
now.
lead.
You can
Yep.
be there, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Perfect.
if you want to talk to Laura, the audience, talk to Laura.
Yep.
Okay. If you want to, while you're working, they can see everything there.
my hand.
And then on that side camera, we're going to use that one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. They'll come in sideways,
Right.
but they'll decide.
Super.
And Laura will guide you through the process.
Okay, so for these roses, I'm using the Pasta de Flores. And then this is a mix by
Marion Frost.
Marianne Frost, which will
So
be
it's a-
available on your
Yep.
yeah,
Is it on there,
site.
Marion?
Yes.
Right, so we had Sue Pinnock in last year and she showed you how to make Mexican paste, and she used the Marion Frost, who happens to be in on Thursday doing a live, Marion. So she'll be well chuffed that you're using a Mexican paste. So what we've done is we've put the recipe up and it's actually gone on the website. So Chantal is going to use the Pasta de Flores, which she likes, but she also likes to mix it with a bit of the Mexican paste.
So yeah, so it's just literally a rough 50-50 mix. Just to make it more flexible and then also to harden up. Hang on, I will mix that a bit better in a moment. Just put this away before it dries up. So I like using, so these are cutters as well that are going to be pre-ordered. They are a set of 10 or 12.
We'll be doing them in sets of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all individual rose petals. I like them because no matter what size you make your cone, you will have a cutter that fits it for your rose petals. And it also just makes it a little bit easier in the sense of you choose, it's flexible, you choose what size you want. So I'm just going to stick some tricks on.
Don't worry,
It's
and
quite warm.
do try and
It's
remember
warm.
to speak up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I've got a bit of bad news for you for the draw. We haven't done it.
Very simply, we haven't done it.
And amongst everything else we were doing today, we actually haven't wrote down all the names, but we will do it and we'll draw it tomorrow and let you know. Sorry about that, guys.
We haven't done it.
Just while I was telling you all, Maria and Laura were having a nightmare going, oh, we forgot to write them down. So,
I can pass the blame on this one.
yeah. Yeah. Well, blame Shelley, she's not here.
Poor Shelley.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mix it thoroughly. These are the cones that I make, so it gives you an idea. You can make them any size you like. I tend to put them on an 18 gauge wire, just because depending on the weight of the rose, it's a bit more supportive. So yeah, literally just a cone shape that I make out of paste. I make a little hook.
Are you able to show them how
Do you
to
want to make one?
I
Yeah,
think so,
of course, yeah.
Because there'll be newbies here who will have no idea
Yeah.
how you
Right.
made that.
Yeah. So we'll make one up. I think that should
That's the
be-
type of thing that you just sit at night making a load of
I
them.
make
ready,
loads
prep.
of them. Like
I know
I've
you've got
got,
boxes of them here, haven't you?
so this is just, I do them in small, medium and large.
Yeah.
And there's your box. of
Yeah.
cones. So just sit there, making
But
them.
it's a good way though, isn't it? Just sit there making them. And I think I spoke to Karen Davies and she does that. And
Yeah,
she's-
just sit there
yeah.
in an evening
Yeah.
and just make them. And then I leave them to harden for about a week.
Yeah.
Just so that they're fully dried before I store them away. That way they can't go mouldy or soft or soggy. Or right, is there a little bag I can use? We will make a cone first. Put those inside. Wires. What have I got? An 18. I've got 18.
We're looking for.
An 18. Hang on. Wires down here. Too many wires.
We love it. They've never had silence in it. Right? They don't know what to do with themselves. They've never known silence.
I love
What
It
are they
makes you
talking
so
about, Laura?
nervous.
So how are we doing, Laura, with our people joining us?
Good.
Where is it?
So
There
what
we
do you
go,
all
the white
think
one.
of our new setup? She
Totally
found them
put you
now.
on the spot then, didn't we?
Found them there.
Yeah. We should have gone to
What do you
distraction.
think?
So what do you all think of our new setup then, guys? Do you like it? Do you like where the cameras are?
Oh, it's bizarre, isn't it? Silence. You ask
Yes.
a question and there's nothing.
No.
So 18 gauge wire. I'll do it in a half. Depending what you're going to wire them into, you may want to do a whole wire. You can put them into thirds, or you can just do them into half. And then
Push under the camera.
I'm flicking between the side
Yeah.
and the front.
We need to get you
Yeah,
right in the
that's it.
centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're
Sorry,
quite hard.
Chantal. Yeah.
And, oh, sorry.
They are hard though, aren't they, to snip?
An 18.
Yeah.
I haven't got the right. There we go. So bend it round into a loop, or you can leave it a little bit unhooked at the end and get a ball of paste. So again, it's the flexibility on this of you make your cone as big as you want depending on the size of the rose that you want. But that might be a bit too big. So roll it into a ball and then into a cone shape. Like so. Then either you can pop them in from the base or you can go in from the top. It's up to you, and then reshape it. Sorry.
Sorry, that's fine.
It's right, you'll get used to it in a
I
minute.
will get there. pop it in and just twist it, okay, and then just pull it down slightly so the paste hooks onto it.
Into it, yeah.
Okay, and then just give it, you pinch the base. That way.
And don't worry, Chantal, I know everybody knows it's your first time on a live, but you will settle down, you'll be absolutely fine, and they'll all be egging you on here. So they're all very much grateful for the fact that you're going to the trouble to show them.
So I've not been doing this actually for very long. I've just started up a school as well. So
Have you
this is
started
good
a
practice.
school, have you?
Yeah, so
Right.
based in Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just started doing classes and then getting guest tutors down. I've got Margaret Ellis coming down in
Oh,
November.
Margaret's fantastic, isn't she?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
all going slowly, but well. So there we go.
Fantastic.
So we have a cone.
Brilliant.
That'd be quite a large rose. But yeah, so it just gives you an idea of how.
And the rose cutters you're going to use tonight, you'll be able to use for the tiniest rose.
Yeah,
to a
so
large
you can
one.
do a
And that's-
really, really small one, a tiny. No,
And that's dependent on your
compared to that.
cone, isn't it?
Yeah. And obviously big ones would be the end, but you can start off small, work your way up, entirely what you want to do. Also, depending on what rose you want to do, it doesn't have to be one of these roses, it could be, like a David Austin type rose or a dog rose. Yeah, so.
Mine would be a
Put that
throw it
one.
together rose. And it would have to be very large. I haven't got fiddly fingers.
So yeah, so I leave those to dry for about a week, and then just lob them all together. Do them on a cold winter's evening. They last for years if you need them to. Right.
And would you always recommend the 18 gauge wire? Yeah.
I would. Well, the smaller roses, if you're going to do quite a small rose, then no, you can go up at 20, 22.
Yeah.
18 for your larger roses and your
They're
heavy
stronger,
because of the
aren't
weight.
Yeah.
You need something to support it. So if I use one of these, so it's a bit like a Blue Peter type of thing tonight, because some of these you need to leave them in certain stages to dry.
Absolutely.
The only thing about these types of roses is that they do take a little bit longer to make, but I like them. This is the way I like doing
Yeah.
it.
Well,
So right.
I think this is one of those jobs that you just need to get rid of everybody. Sit down in the kitchen, have some music on, and just
Do it
go
at your
through
own
the stages,
pace
isn't
and-
it?
Yeah, chill out.
Put
do it at
some
your own
love into
pace.
them.
Oh, literally, I just leave the kids once they've gone to bed.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Just
good
sit-
idea to me.
Sit there and make them. Right, so roll it out nice and thin. Let's have a look. So you want about a third for the first cutter.
Okay.
So it fits about a third way along the top. You then cut out 5 petals.
Well, she's
Goes
on the
up.
way down, Liz.
Oh, Liz is on her way down.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to use a little spatula.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you sit here, Liz, and then you can watch. Liz is going to help you with some questions because we don't know what to ask you. So Liz is going to ask you some questions that the normal person will be there watching and asking. And hopefully you know the answers, Liz. Chantal.
You're making the petals a lot smaller than the cone. Why are you using such small petals to start with?
Right, so I want to make the height of the cone slightly taller for the centre of the rose. Just because of the final shape of the rose. Obviously it's quite a bulb at the bottom. Silence, I know.
Eh?
It's a concentration.
Don't
Can't get
worry.
them off.
Well, Laura's got some probably
Gonna pull
questions.
two.
Have you, Laura? Have you got some shout
There's
outs
just
to
a
say?
couple, to be
Is there a
honest,
couple of questions?
there
Or-
was.
Nothing, yeah.
There was. So Tina Boyson says, is pasta de flores the same as flour paste?
Yes.
Yes. In short, yes. everyone has a personal preference. So if you start making flowers or models or anything like that, you will very quickly gain a personal preference. So it's just a different brand. The difference with pasta di flores that we've had other guests saying is it's extremely good for rolling very, very thin.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's literally paper thin. And we've done lives before where we've had people making flowers and things, and it's it's fantastic to work with it because you can roll it so thin and it goes so far. And the other thing with it is that it's an off-white colour, so it's not dyed or anything like that. It's natural colour. But saying that, you can by all means colour it if you need to or if you wanted to.
And the other thing as well is people like it because you can still move it about. It's got a bit of flexibility in it.
Dry too quickly.
Yeah.
So these ones, I've literally just gone over with a ball tool just at the top, okay, because you don't want to make it all frilly. And then flip over the first two.
Have you by any chance got another colour foam?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
Why not?
show up very well, is it?
I've got a red one.
Bear with us a minute, Linda. We're just going to change the foam pad. We won't be a
And
minute.
a bit of water. Literally, not too much at all on the first two.
Have you got a red one?
Blue one.
Then a cone. So as you can see, when I did with the cutter, about halfway up for that. Okay, I'm then going to, so it's stuck on, okay, and then pinch a little bit, and then fold the first petal round.
Maria.
So, can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So now that.
Maria.
Okay, then I take the second petal. You're going to line it over the seam. Okay,
Okay.
you don't want this seam to show. Same height. Again, stick it on and fold it over. You want them to aim to be about the same height. Okay, so I tend to do loads of those, and then the next layer, you flip these over, and we'll change the, again, some more water. Now you just want to do these along one edge, whether or not you do them on the right or left, it's up to you. The only thing you need to remember when you're doing these roses is that once you start going round one way from this layer onwards, you need to keep going round the same way.
Ooh, sugar, sorry.
You don't
I'm
want
life at myself.
yeah, you don't want to go do one layer round one way, then the other round the other. It's not going to look right at the end of it.
Okay.
So, although I'm right-handed, I go round the left-hand way, unfortunately. So just you have to do the opposite. So it's stuck on the inside here.
Yeah.
So again, over the seam, and I'm just going to stick it there. Then next one, over the seam, about halfway over.
Is there any chance you can change the colour of the board? Because
There you go.
yeah, they're just really struggling with the white.
Okay. Should I cut? Do you want me to colour the paste?
No, it's
No.
fine. We just change the colour of the board if we get that
So
white
that's
one out of the way.
halfway over. The next one, again, on one side, stick it down.
You might have to get that a bit closer, Chantal.
Third petal.
Yeah.
So these have all been ball tooled as well. And then this gets tucked into the non-stuck side of the first one, like so. You then end up with, it looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a windmill effect
Yeah.
almost.
Windmill effect. You then take a bit of water and a little bit on the inside edge that's not been stuck down of each one. Turn it around. And then there again. So you choose after this point how quickly you want your rose to open, or if you want several layers of it being quite tight. There we go. So that one I'm taking quite tight. I would then leave that for about an hour just to
Okay.
firm up. Or you can leave them overnight. I tend to do, I don't know, 15 of those, and
Yeah.
then just
All at the same stage.
all at the same stage, done.
Yeah.
And then from that point, if you wanted it just to be like a closed bud, you can just take a bigger cutter. That's a bit small. And then you fill the whole rose with another
Right.
petal.
Okay.
Okay, so then you cover the whole cone, and that would be a closed rose, and then put a little calyx on it. So
Fabulous.
I'll get another one from.
Can we see better now on that blue?
Yeah.
Is that better on the blue?
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, I'm just checking in the group because a few people say they can't see on YouTube. But I found it in the group. That's fine.
We're still on YouTube. We're still
Yeah,
live.
yeah.
So.
yeah, so you can see on these two, one's a little bit more closed off than the other.
Yeah.
When they started opening
Just a-
up, you choose. You literally
I was going to
choose what you
say,
want.
yeah, it's just totally personal preference
Yes.
and what
Yeah.
you know, sort
That's
of
why
look
it's-
you're going
That's
for.
why I like it, because it's
Well, you've
so
got-
flexible in that
You've
Yeah.
got a good audience. You've got 200 on our page. You've got 100 on our Facebook group. And I don't think we can tell on YouTube, can we?
I'm not sure.
No, we don't know yet. How you work it out. That is that case, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay. Do some more rolling. So we're going to show you, obviously, the rose, and then using some other cutters, just one or two cutters depending on the time, but how to make different flowers out of, or different shapes out of the same cutter. Simply because they're just versatile. You make what you like with these. So I'm going to cut out quite a few. So I aim for 3 petals for every time you go round, and then you get to a certain point where you need more. It doesn't fit when you put it round, so then you go to 5. It always has to be odd numbers. Get that a bit thinner.
Yeah, Margaret, who's coming to see you, she's tested it for us, the pasta di flores, and she likes it very much.
Yeah?
So, but Natalie doesn't like it. Natalie Porter doesn't like it for her cutters because she feels this. It took a little bit longer to dry.
That's why I ended up mixing it with the
Yeah.
Mexican paste. It
But-
just firms up a bit quicker.
But Margaret Ellis likes it because she likes the flexibility of it.
You can go back
Yeah.
if you've mucked up,
Yeah.
or you don't like it. You can go back half an hour later.
Yeah, because when
Take it off.
you're using one
yeah.
that dries really quickly and you're not fast, she likes is that you can just move things around, which is great. So it's all down to personal choice,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do. So I've just literally on this one matched up the size that I've got already on the rose. So we'll do 3 of those. 1, 3. Then we will go up a size. 1, 2, 3. Up again. 1, 2, 3.
I must admit, those
Okay.
cutter sets are really nice, aren't they?
They're lovely.
I can understand why he hand makes them. They are lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're super. I like his products a lot,
Yeah.
actually. And there's loads. There's loads of different
I know.
ones.
Tell me about it.
You could probably stock about 3 different warehouses just with cutters,
Yeah.
with everything that's out. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll probably go up to 5 by that point, or maybe this point. Tell you what, no, we'll go up to 5.
So while Chantal's just cutting those out, we have released loads and loads of new flavours. And it was really funny because Chantal came in tonight. She said, "Are you going to bring back coconut and lime?" And I went, "No."
I love it.
I love coconut and lime, but unfortunately it wasn't a big seller, but I thought it was delicious, in fairness. So coconut and lime had to go some time ago. So we brought out loads of new flavours. So I've just put a new bundle deal on the website, and it's pistachio, honeycomb, chocolate honeycomb, and lime and raspberry. So there's several new bundle deals on the website. But this is tonight's bundle I put on for you. So that works out £2 a bag. So instead of £11.96, what are you looking for, Chantal?
Thinner one.
Oh, I haven't. Do you want to use your little one? Yeah.
Sorry.
So instead of £11.96, which you would normally pay for the fall, they're on offer at £8. That's £2 a bag. So if you want to grab those brand new flavours, they're available and they are on the wish list. And I know some of you have been dying for pistachio, and pistachio is nut free.
Oh,
I know.
Mum.
So it's actually delicious, isn't it,
Yeah,
Laura?
it's amazing.
Laura and I made them in the kitchen here a few months ago.
Oh, lovely.
Look how lovely and thin that is. It really is lovely and thin, isn't
You
it?
can still, yeah, boy, you can
It's
still-
translucent,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's because there's not going to whitener in it.
Pardon?
Because there's
No
no
whitener.
Yeah, oh, is that what it is? They've not added whitener to it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because sugar itself is actually just a natural colour, and that's exactly what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
And sometimes.
What colour is sugar then?
It's that colour.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. If you were to buy it in
It's
the
white.
cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say if you don't buy cane sugar, it's just that colour, yeah.
Yeah.
so I take these off. Now I use just a piece of plastic. You can use like a plastic pocket, anything. You need to stop them drying out. If they dry out, then they're no good to you.
Yeah.
You won't be able to use
They
them.
won't dry out though.
No,
No.
true.
Using pasta de flores, it won't dry
If
out.
you need to go because your children have called you,
Oh, well,
20
tire
minutes later.
Yeah.
Right.
We do have a fantastic Stay Fresh mat. Have you ever used them?
No.
Have you not seen them?
No.
Very good.
Oh, it's brilliant. Because you know, like that lifts up there and it's
Yes.
got air in. So if you were using something else, we have this product, which is brilliant. And let me see if I can find it.
Sold.
It's sold already.
Already.
So these ones are also bottled. Again, just at the top. I need to come in the middle, don't I? There you go.
You're learning.
Yeah, there. Now, I don't want them to be too frilly at the moment. And you just really want to do the top part just to thin it out a little bit. You don't need to go all the way around. And again, it's half on, half off, and you go around all
Yeah.
of the bottle.
There you go. It's called a Stay Fresh mat.
Flip it over.
And you can just lie it down. It'll keep them fresh all day.
I shall swap it on.
Yeah.
Well, that's lovely and thick, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's lovely, yeah. Well, it's weighted, you see, so it's not going to lift up.
Yeah.
But it
So-
opens up, doesn't it?
No. So if you have a paste that
nice.
that dries quickly. Yeah, no, I thought they opened up, but they don't.
Right, so then again. That's all right. Slow, what's that? Right, so flip it over. Because this will be your wet side, it's the one that's come off the...
Okay, off the board.
this-
Yeah.
Yep. So again, just one side, little bit of water. You don't want to saturate it because otherwise everything gets soggy and then you end up with a sticky mess on your thing. Oops. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Just fix it.
Like that.
Like that. You don't want that. Hang on. I'm going to need to cut one out. Just cut another little bit, that little one out. You make errors like so.
Sarah Morsley just said, how did I miss honeycomb? Well, Sarah, don't worry, you haven't missed out. They
You
are
haven't
still
missed
available.
it. Let me just tell you, it's only been released this afternoon. So the people who got their hands on it first were the people who got that bundle deal that I did on Thursday. So on Thursday I did a special cupcake bundle deal and I released it to the people who bought the cupcake bouquet box. It was it called cupcake bouquet box bundle deal? Yeah, it's still available on the website, but those people got it first, so they should have all had their deliveries by now.
And Paul Holmes, we're using the pasta de flores, so it comes in a couple of different sizes on the Sugar and Crumbs website, but you can use any flour paste of preference. So we're just using this one tonight because it's a preference of Chantal's, but Chantal has mixed it. So you've done, is it about a 50-50 mix?
Yes,
or?
just an average 50-50, you know, loose, it's not exact.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they look similar.
And that, again, that's just preference, just to make the paste a little bit firmer. But we were saying before, it's the same with sugar paste and, you know, a modelling paste. Once you start working with a product or a brand, you do get a preference for it. So there's no right or wrong, you know, it's just whatever you prefer to use.
So this is like on the first one that I did. On that one I only did the 2. So this is the second effectively layer. You want to make sure that the top of the petals lines up.
Okay.
Some roses, the thing is with roses is that you can't really go too wrong with them. Some of them go from the middle up and like they rise and go out. Some go a little bit lower. So yeah, you really can't go too wrong with them. What's always nice actually is to have one in front of you. You can just go out into the garden if you want to make one and just have it. So it gives you a Sometimes you can do too much frilling.
John thought it was bonkers this weekend because we went down to the Cotswolds this weekend.
Yeah.
And we stopped in at this lovely place, can't remember where it was now, but anyhow, we stopped in this lovely place and we had a tour around the rose garden.
Oh, nice.
And there I am taking all pictures and I'm going, there you go, John, there's nothing wrong with my roses. They're plastic, they are, look how they look.
So again, just a little bit on the inside. Bring it in, stick it down. That one, then next, I've already pulled, have I tooled these? Yes, I've tooled these ones. Right, so these have already been ball tooled, turn them over again. So it is just keep layering these up. So they're nice and simple to do. They just take a while. Okay. Again, you always want to cover a seam, so that seam there. Just going to go over it. Stick that side down. Again, I go right. I turn it clockwise. You go anti-clockwise, don't you, when you turn them around?
If you've got a real rose, you can check which way it
Yeah,
goes.
Check
actually
which way it
spirals
goes,
out.
yeah.
Follow the rose you're doing.
So try and keep centre, centre and high.
So I just think I'm doing a little bit.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
that's
because it's
fine.
so
Sorry.
dainty, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
It's quite hard. So again,
Into the centre. Yeah, there you go.
you come back to your windmill shape.
Yeah.
Okay, literally it's like that for every layer on the inside. At this point, you can start to open them if you want them more open. Stick it down.
It is
Right,
quite
so-
fascinating though how quickly it comes together just by adding that extra layer of the petals on.
There you go.
One of the beauties of doing 3 at a time instead of completely interleafing every row on each other is, especially with mothers, you constantly have to go and do something.
Yeah.
If you can complete a row of 3
Once, yeah.
and you can then leave it, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you can
Whereas
walk
if
away
you're-
from them at any point
Yeah.
as long as you've done your row.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're interleafing every row, you've got to do the whole thing.
Continue. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm going to take this next row of 3 out, and then also we're going to do a row of 5. I'm going to show you something a little bit different to ball tooling them. So as you can see on this rose, so I've tried to go for something a little bit more realistic. Can you
Beautiful.
see here, there's got slight chunks out
Yeah.
of it. And then when I've dusted it, I've put a little bit of green and brown in there. So it just looks a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
It looks completely
It does.
realistic.
Yeah.
Not
I
a little
thought
bit more. It's
Yeah.
completely
No,
realistic.
it's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah.
So I will...
They look like how the roses are in the garden after
Yeah.
a couple of days.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I've had a bit of life to them.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got a fantastic rose bush in the front of our garden, and we are so lazy. We literally do nothing to it. But every year
Comes
it
back.
absolutely grows back to life, and they are just how they look. That's stunning. That one you've just shown on the camera.
So, what did I use to rip them?
It's, Dresden tool.
It's just yeah. So before ball tooling it, oh yeah. Do you want this one
Just
as well?
make sure we see it on the
Hard.
camera
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the centre.
There you go. That one better?
Yep, that's perfect.
There. Just realised. Hard.
Yeah, Paul Holmes says, keep going, it comes together in the end. It does, yeah.
It does.
He said, when I first started to make roses, they looked like little cabbages.
Cabbages. Yeah.
But I finally have
Do
the
you know
knack
what?
now.
They are, I think, you know, I've always found things like orchids and stuff, you know. Every other flower has been really easy. A rose, for me, has been the hardest flower to get.
Yeah, but you know, I think
because
that's...
I want them realistic.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that's a problem. People do want to spend time on them, you know, time on them, care about them, loving them, and really doing them. I'm so lazy. I just go and get the ready-made ones, sugar soft ones out.
Dresden.
Sarah Moses says,
gonna grab
I've
it.
just managed to get to the cabbage level.
Right, take a Dresden tool. Or anything. You can take anything sharp.
Sorry, I didn't get you one out before, did I?
That one. And then literally, I'm going to just pull.
Sorry, but your head is
Head's in
right
the way,
on
isn't it?
Sorry. Make
So
you a
just
contortionist in here.
You don't have to stick to all of them. But I'm just pulling, before I ball tool it, pulling them out a bit. Now this one I'm going to take a chunk, just rip it out,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and again, rip that out. These are the bigger ones, so we'll take a chunk out of that one. As much as you want them to look perfect,
Yeah.
they aren't perfect.
No, not at all.
So you want some nice ones, and obviously if you're doing a wedding cake for someone, you don't want too many that look wilted.
Paul Holmes says, I really like doing the one petal at a time. I think it gives you more control of the shape and looks more realistic.
Yeah, massively.
And that's true, it is the control of it, isn't
This-
it?
Yeah, this is the thing. You've just got so much more variety that you
Yeah.
can make out of it. I actually have found them, because I've tried lots of different ways with the roses. For me, personally, I've just found it easier to learn how to get it right.
Yeah.
And get them done. Again, because of the control. Where's that blue one?
I think it really does all depend though on different people and different.
This is the thing. It's like
It's
paste,
different. It's different. Exactly. Different pace. Different. I don't know. Different.
Methods and
individual
tools
preference
and
for
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like me,
Everything
I'm
changes.
always in a rush and I haven't got time. It's got to be quick, fast, done. That would do. Great.
Yeah, so this is the,
But then there's other people like yourself who just love to sit there and have the patience and got rid of the kids and everything else and just sit down and it's your relax time, isn't it?
well, yeah, literally. I use it as sort of, it's almost a therapy, for me.
We're told that we should be advertising it as a
Therapy.
session.
Yeah.
I when I had my accident, I was given an awful lot of medication. I literally couldn't move. I was wheelchair bound, couldn't do anything myself for a couple of years. And someone mentioned to me, go and do some sugar craft.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't move and I was so frustrated at everything, frustrated at life. And I went to lovely Liz and had a few lessons, and literally it kept me going. It really did.
It's health for the mind,
Yes.
and I think that's a huge influence.
It takes you away
Yes.
of what you're doing at the time. I can sit here for hours and
Yeah.
do this. Right, yeah, so again, ball tool.
That Dale must have some big ears. The microphone's miles away. Am I making that much noise? You can hear me eat. Am I? Can you hear me?
eat.
What are you
Why
eating,
didn't you
Carol?
It's not that. When you're speaking, you can hear you've got food in your mouth.
Oh, can you?
Everyone catches us out when we sit here, have a snack. Everyone always catches us out.
Because we don't get time to have tea or anything.
So
She
this
catches
time,
me every time. Eh?
this time on the ball tooling, I'm going a little bit further round.
To be fair, Viv Goddard has put on the other feed as well. What are you eating?
I know, but when did I make this sandwich, Liz? I baked it with you.
Nearly
Nearly an hour ago, and I've only just remembered I've got it. So I've just sneaked past Liz to go and get it. So it's been sat there on the worktop for an hour. Huh? Yeah, exactly.
There we go. So again, you can make them really frilly, not so frilly. Oops, you.
All different.
Type of rose, yeah. Some are really frilly, actually.
Yeah.
Turn them over because you want the wet side. And again, same side, bit of water. You want to try and put the minimum amount of water you can. Some people would just literally soak it. You're gonna have trouble.
Can you push it? There you go. Great.
Needed like a little marker.
Yeah. We put a marker on last week, but it got really grubby, didn't it?
It's awful by the end of the session.
Right, there we go. Again, over a...
Oh, cracker, they all know I'm eating
I
something.
know, yeah. The summary, the comments are just flying.
Can you look true? Am I making that much noise?
Apparently so.
I'm sat next to you, can you hear me?
Sorry. No, but I am trying to concentrate, so I'm not really focusing.
Get listening to Chantal, you lot, never mind me.
Yeah, concentrate on Chantal.
Yeah?
It's because I'm too quiet. It's too quiet
Yeah,
in
speak
here,
up.
aren't I? Okay, so see that's a little bit more frilled.
Yeah.
In. Again, in the bottom. So I want to try and open these ones up a bit more. Again, what's nice is with the paste is that it stays a little bit more malleable for a little bit longer. These ones have all been bottled. Right, so now we go to 5 petals.
Yeah, Doreen's told me how you know. They can tell by the change of my voice, not food in it. They want to know if I've had a cuppa. No, I've not had a chance to have a cuppa. Liz did offer to make me one of those an hour ago. And I said I'll make my own, and I still haven't done that yet.
I can make you one quickly now.
Let's say we can hear you slurping tea.
Yeah.
What other flavours have you got in then? Because I've not seen the site.
There's loads of flavours. The ones that we just released last week was pistachio and honeycomb. We released chocolate honeycomb the week before. In June we released
We did a whole host of them.
yeah, we did
Lemon, blueberry and lemon, lime and
Ooh.
raspberry,
So I'm saying
White
100
chocolate.
times.
rose and mint,
rose and mint.
lemon and ginger.
Yes, I was just about to say lemon and ginger. Put me on the spot now.
I don't know.
So many.
But at the beginning of June we only released 3 caramelised
Toffee
orange.
mocha.
Oh, toffee mocha.
Oh, how can I forget toffee mocha?
Oh, and black cherry.
No, black
No,
forest.
that's-
Black forest,
Black
yeah. God, got me
forest,
doing
ah.
black cherry now. Black forest, yeah, which tastes like black cherry. But at the beginning of June, we released the first summer ones, which was caramelised orange, biscotti,
Strawberries and cream.
and strawberries and cream. And then everybody was moaning that we only released 3.
I
They
know.
were going, we're so disappointed you only released 3.
know.
But we did have more to release, but we didn't realise how long the flavouring was going to take to make. So we had to wait.
Not like we don't treat you or anything.
No,
3
exactly.
flavours and then we
And
get...
there's whinge.
I know, but it's such a funny thing. It's such a good thing to be moaning there's not enough
Not
flavours,
flavours,
isn't
yeah.
it? That people want to buy more.
She launched with 15. I mean,
Yeah.
we expect this.
I
Yeah.
know.
So I was talking to Liz earlier. So Liz came on our stand when we first opened our stand at Cake International, way back in November 2019, and she
No,
was
it's
telling
not 19.
not 19, 13. Crikey. That's what happens when you eat a sandwich an hour late, not had a drink, no dinner, no tea, and then they all know you've been scoffing. So, am I interrupting?
No?
Right.
Whacked it.
So Liz came onto our stand way back in 2013, and she remembers us only having 15 flavours to launch with.
Imagine if we reduced it to 15 again.
There'd be uproar.
One of each home. I had to have one of each. Absolutely.
There would be absolute uproar if we reduced our lines to 15.
John wants to go to 15. John's like, no, we need to reduce to 15.
No way.
The strawberries and cream, Maria, it smells amazing.
Yeah. So this is what we were saying before. So Linda Donnelly has just said, I like using pasta de flores. Plaster.
Yes, she's used it as well.
Yeah, it's great for small flowers on its own, but I make a mix 50-50 with Squire's floral paste for firmer to make the larger flowers. That's what we were saying before. If you do want that firmer sort of hold, if that's what you're used to, then by all means mix it. Yeah.
Yeah. Look how lovely that is now.
Beautiful.
This one, I've started opening up. Now, at this point, I would leave it for 24 hours.
Yeah. Can they see all that well? Yeah.
So, can you see? Is that right?
Super. We're in the centre.
Yeah, there we
How
go.
beautiful is that, everyone? Look at that.
So either you can, by this point, it's all covered as well. So you can add a calyx, you can just leave it at that point if you want. You know, lots of different ones. So I'll put that one there, and then I will get...
We're going to get bigger. She's just going through all the little stages, and then we're going to get bigger.
Pamela says, wow, I only went to make a drink and get a piece of cheesecake and you've added all the petals. It looks fab.
Well, Pamela, I'm glad you're...
The cheesecake's nice.
Pamela went to go and get some food.
I know. Cup of tea and a piece of cheesecake. Thanks, Pamela.
Some people have got cheesecake. Wow.
Not jealous at all. Oh, I'm going to make a cheesecake this weekend.
I got some lemon and elderflower ice cream here if you want some.
No, we're going to make cheesecake with different flavours.
Oh, you want to make cheesecake with our flavours? It's
Yes.
delicious.
I'm doing cheesecake
that's
this
what
weekend. That's what I'm going to
And
do now.
macarons with all the flavours.
Yes, macarons are lovely.
Maria's macarons are fantastic. Maria makes amazing macarons.
Oh.
With self-raising flour. We don't know.
Don't ask, we don't know, but it works.
She makes a buttercream by melting her butter.
Yep.
She melts all her butter, then throws in the icing sugar. Because she doesn't...
I did that once by accident and had sludge.
No, it
Yeah.
works. Well, it worked for Maria.
Yeah. Do you melt it fully, Maria? Do you melt it till it's liquid?
Almost.
Yeah.
I had sludge.
Yeah, well, she made buttercream and put them on the macarons. It was amazing. And then she's going, no, you should make your buttercream like that, but we're not brave enough, are we, Laura?
By mistake.
But if Maria hasn't got something in the kitchen, she just throws something else in. Goes out, that'll do.
That'll work.
And she makes the most lovely macarons with feet, with self-raising flour.
Yeah. We were very dubious when she brought them in and we were like,
wow. They taste amazing.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah.
I know.
It shows you that you can make this really
Yeah,
thin.
look how thin this
Very,
is. Yeah.
very thin.
So you can see the board, can't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this is a great thing. We had Catalina Angel in who introduced us to this product. Mm. Now she introduced us, and she was ill as well. This is how she came to do flowers, just like you. So she was diagnosed with cancer and lost the use of some of her limbs as well. And she could only thumb everything, so she hand makes all her flowers because that's all she could do. She didn't have pressure in her hands to use cutters or anything.
Yeah. Oh, bless her.
When we were learning,
I've seen her stuff.
flowers,
It's interesting.
we used to years and years ago have a porcelain tile,
Yeah.
and you knew it was thin enough when you could see the pattern
Yes.
of the tile through.
Well, that's what Catalina does. She gets it up and shows you through the. What did she show through?
We
it?
did it on a DK applicator.
Yeah, that's
on the
it, yeah.
leaflet. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
So I'm on to 5 now with this one that's dried for 24, 48 hours. This is why they take a little bit longer.
Chris Gio says, I think you should get Maria to do a live on macarons.
Oh, yes, and I think we should as well. But we've got to get
Maria
there.
doesn't
And
appear to
it
think so.
hasn't as though she's made one batch. She's made several batches. So she can make them. Wasn't just a fluke.
No.
She can make them. You should do a live, Maria, on how to make the macarons.
Yeah, you should,
No,
Maria.
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I will do it if Laura does.
I'm far too busy, I'm sorry.
John, John says I need to hand over my presenting ropes to Laura and Maria and to other people, and I keep asking them and they won't do it. So don't I keep asking you? I've told you, because Laura's actually very good at presenting. You know, if I'm away on holiday or anything like that, she'll present, and she's excellent, and she speaks out nicely, much calmer than me. Doesn't get all the words muddled up. Doesn't eat while she's on the line. Okay. Oh dear.
Peel it all off.
Well, it's not the food, it's the G&Ts that's causing the problem.
Well, I'd like to say G&T, but I don't drink. But I have been in work since 6 o'clock this morning, and I haven't had a break. I've been stuck at my computer until you arrived. When you arrived was the first time. So, like today, Maria and all the girls work 7-3, and then if they're doing the live, they'll do a 2 late. Like Maria's on the lates tonight. And Laura's on a split shift, so she does the 7-3, goes home, and then comes back in. Yeah, which is very good to have staff flexible like that. You know, it's brilliant.
So again, just putting them out with a Dresden tool slightly, or ripping it, depending what you want. It's literally just a rip. Before ball tooling them. Doesn't have to be all over. Some of them don't have to have them. I just think it looks nice.
And as it's your turn, you'll do what you like.
Do many make them this way?
Yeah, we've got quite a few people saying that they do them sort of petal by petal. Yeah,
Maloney, get John to do a
I
live.
know.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Right, Maria, there's been loads of requests for macarons.
Right, you're done.
Had it now.
You have to. Self-raising flour is unusual.
Yes.
Now, how lovely that Hazel Murray. She's in Dumfries in Galway, and she's still got to watch. Otherwise, she'll get withdrawal symptoms. Oh, thank you, Hazel.
It's nice. It's so hot. These lights.
Yeah.
Like you're in a studio.
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. Well, no, I know, but
Feels like it now with all this
Yeah, it
equipment,
does now.
doesn't it?
So.
When they go to bed tonight, they think there's been a blackout when we turn this on.
all the lights.
It's a normal lights. I've left here when we've had a guest in here who's gone to bed, forgot to turn all the lights off, and then they've been like upstairs in the bedroom thinking, right, we're in spotlights on. I came down once and they said, I'm sorry, I just went round and unplugged everything. They didn't know where to, they didn't want to touch any of the equipment, so they just went to every plug socket and switched it off.
Right, let's put that on there because I can't fit them on.
So why have you done so many petals this time?
So I've gone from 3 to 5,
Yeah.
simply because when you start opening them up,
You
and
need
at-
more.
And at next point, you won't be able to fit 3 round,
Right,
unless you want it to be quite a closed or a bud, or
yeah.
you need to be able to fit them round.
Ian Cottam says it's amazing how much work goes into making a rose.
I think, yeah, it's
It
not,
is, and people just don't
realise-
appreciate, do they?
No,
No.
how long it takes, and a lot of it, because it's itty bitty, isn't it? You've got to do a little bit, then let it dry, walk away, come back to it.
No worries. So Maloney wants to know what sizes the pasta de flores comes in. It comes in several sizes: 100 grams, 250, 500 grams, and a kilo.
I was just double checking.
Is that what you were doing as well?
I was trying, but you beat me to it.
Oh, Lynn's daughter's had a baby. Congratulations, Lynn.
Congrats, Lynn.
So Lynn comes in to pick up her click and collects.
All the
So,
time.
All the time, yes. So she's been waiting for this baby. It's been on off, hasn't
yeah.
it? Lots of scary moments. It's on its way. It's not on its way.
Is it baby
And,
number 1?
I think it is.
No,
don't know.
actually, no. Lynn's daughter has got another little one. Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure
She'll
she
tell
has.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats. It's always nice, a new baby.
Yeah, they are.
Right.
Just glad I don't have one. Having the grandchildren kill me. An afternoon and that's it. I'm done.
Done.
Maloney's just saying all the hard work that goes into making a rose, and then people don't get it for how much you have to charge them for making them, because they think you just throw them together, don't they, and knock them together.
Yeah.
It's like when you get asked for a cake.
Mm.
Can you make me this 2-tier cake by tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
My budget's £50.
Sorry, I don't have time.
I was talking to a lady a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that she's got a customer orders off her all the time, but her requests now are getting more and more extreme, but her price hasn't gone up, and she said it's just getting out of hand, Carol. And I said, but that's your fault for allowing her to get more and more extreme and not putting your price up accordingly, because she doesn't understand. She just thinks that you're at home and enjoy knocking out all sorts of shapes and sizes, and it doesn't take you 5 minutes.
Pricing's always a contentious one, isn't it? It's
massively.
so difficult.
And the worst ones is when I only want a simple cake. No.
Yeah.
We need it with flowers on.
Cheap.
Well, that's what they mean, don't they?
Yeah.
They do want simple, and they think it's cheap, and they think that
Just
because
flour, egg and sugar.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Linda Mars has said, I was always told to put the petals in between 2 sheets of cellophane and then go around the edge. What difference does that make, please?
She's making bag roses.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so that will be just to frill the edge, I would have
Yeah.
thought. But there's just, again, it's just a slightly different technique.
All it is, you've just been taught the way of making bag roses. So yes, you've used a cutter, and then you can either use the
Ball tool.
ball tool if you want to, or you can use your thumb on them.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the first ones I was shown, the thumb ones.
No, I've never known that one.
Have you not?
No.
Loads of
literally,
ways.
Just ball tool and half on, half off,
Yeah.
and round the edge.
You need to get back in the middle again.
Maria.
Sorry, we've got Maria in.
So again, back round. You always cover the seams. You just
If
don't
this-
want the seams
The
showing.
next time you put the petal on,
Yeah.
can you just, Laura, how can we get them to the camera so they can actually see the way it's going in? Because we can see you lift the petal to the rose, we don't actually see how you slip it in.
Okay.
Because it's white on white.
Do you think that's what
Do you
it
want me
is?
to I'll colour the next.
You want to colour them?
You
Yeah.
want to colour one?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to be mixing some paste then, Liz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a colour.
Give me a colour.
Oh, so Lynn said it's baby number 2, only 18 months apart.
Oh. Alright.
Mum's going to have fun.
My son's got 2 at 18 months apart. God help them.
So
That's how we were with
I
mum.
just open them up.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is stunning.
That's looking so good. Yeah. That does look really beautiful. Can you see this, guys?
Yeah, we've got a great shot of that.
And then I'll do one more layer on this, and then
Yeah.
I'll use another one. Just because generally they need even sort of an hour, half, just a little bit longer to harden.
Yeah. Don't forget to go right into the centre.
Yeah.
So we can see.
I'm going to show
If you
on
can
this
pick
one.
it up a little bit higher, they may be able
Yeah.
to see how to do it. How's your back standing up, by the way? Are you coping?
It's alright, I've taken some morphine.
Eh?
I've taken some morphine. Oh, okay.
Do morphine tablets?
Patches,
Yeah.
so they're like slow release, and then
Yeah.
liquid as well,
Yeah.
just to help. There's only 4 there. That's because there's 6 under them.
Angela
There
Blagg
we
has
go.
literally just put wow. Joe Chaplin says it's stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
If you can see what we can see, it is really stunning.
Yeah.
We're always quite critical of what we do.
Yeah.
We don't
you
appreciate
never
it.
appreciate the ones that you make.
Are you going to put all these ones you made earlier, you're going to put them all together as a little...
Yeah, we'll make up a
Yeah.
We'll put enough to make a spray.
spray up, yeah.
Yeah.
And then with some of the filler flowers, once you've done this one, with your blossom art cutters.
Yeah.
There we go. And hopefully with the next one with a bit of colour, it'll be a bit more.
Just a
Colour on white will be a little bit more obvious, won't it?
Just a tiny bit of colour on there.
Pardon?
Just a
Tiny bit.
It's very vibrant, that tiny bit of colour.
You'll be able to see it.
Right. So,
No, I just wanted
there.
something to clean up.
So,
Forwards that way. So
Stop
look,
there,
if you
stop
can
there,
see
yeah.
where the seam is, you take your petal and you lay it halfway over the seam. Okay, and just gently, your wet part underneath that, pin it down. Then turn it round. Again, you're going to cover that seam. Like so. Stick it down. These sides haven't been
They're
stuck.
loose.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're loose. Because when you want to position them, then you can stick them down where you want. Turn it around again. Stick over the seam and gently on that side. Turn it round. Stick. And then the last one, your seam is, you can open it up. So you lay the last one over the seam. You open up the side of your first petal that you've just laid, tuck it in. This one will go back over. You see?
Ah, yeah.
There we go. There we go, you've tucked it in.
super. Beautiful.
Then, again, you stick them on the bottom part, on the inside. Just stick them ever so lightly to begin with, and then you can adjust them
Yeah, there you go.
once you've gone round. So that it doesn't all flop. This is the other thing, they just end up flopping when you start to get bigger. Yeah, they need some support.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to shout out some questions. So we'll start off with Ann KS. So what Mexican paste is used? So it's a recipe that was developed by Marion Frost. So Maria has put it on the website. Sue Pinnock was in the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen last year. She actually made it and told you about it. So it's a recipe developed by Marion Frost. It's used, I think, worldwide, because even Alan at Global Sugar Art uses it as well. It's on our website. And we've used half Mexican flour paste and half pasta de flores. The size of the cones, Jean, depends on how big a rose you want to make. Now, Chantal will quickly show you afterwards, but basically she makes all her cones 1 week before. So she spends the night making them all because she likes them to be dried for a week. And if you tap them on the side there, you can hear them clickety-click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're hard.
Yeah.
All right, they're completely dry. They
So
need to
she
dry for
doesn't-
about a week.
She doesn't make them fresh and uses them straight away. She makes all her cones and she makes them all in various sizes. The size of wire that Chantal is using tonight is 18 gauge, okay? The heavier and bigger the rose, the stronger the wire. Now when you're using filler flowers or you're making a very small or tiny rose, then you can go down the gauges. And how many petals in total? Well, there you go. That's $1 million question. How big do you want your rose?
This is the flexible
So,
bit. You choose how many petals you want.
It's up to you. But you have to go in stages, which is you start off with it's a 1, then a 3.
It's 2. So you start.
Do you not start off with your
cone.
1, just curling
Yeah,
around
1.
first?
Yeah, I did 2.
Yeah.
So like on that one. So it's
Oh,
1
yes.
and then 1 over that one.
Yeah.
So it's 2 to start your cone off, and then
Yeah.
then you go from 3s. So 3s, 5s, 7 if you want to go that big.
Yeah. Goody good. Yep, so you've got that. So 2, 3, 5s and 7s. And the bigger the rose you want, that's when you're going up. We're going to put on the website tomorrow the set that Chantal is using. I've not put them on tonight because they are handmade, the sets, and I'm waiting for my lovely gentleman who is making them to tell me that they're ready. But I will put them on pre-order from tomorrow, and you should get them by the end of the week.
So I've just got to do another layer on this one, and then I'll do a final layer in the pink, just to
Well, not
make
look
them
odd with that pink.
curls. Well,
Want to just
I was going to say,
we
tone
won't
it
be
down
able to
with a bit
wire
of
it
white.
anyway because it'll be too wet.
Ah.
So we'll have to wire the other ones. If you want to make it really big, then you can start wiring petals. But I think if you're going to start off making roses, you're best off just not wiring them. Wiring the petals to begin with.
Well, it's 9:20, so you're going to have to crack on if we've got some leaves to do in fillers. You've been going an hour and 20.
Leave this one.
Pardon?
Shall I leave this one because we've got some already?
Yes.
It's just the last layer.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave that
Right.
one there. And we'll do some
Okay. Do you want to show them how to make the calyx? Get that on.
calyx, yeah.
Yeah.
Green.
Have we got green? You need to make some green?
So Caroline Thoburn says, how do you get it so thin? So in terms of the petals, so it's the flour paste that does that.
Literally,
It's rolled really, really thin.
roll it.
And this is-
you can always go thinner than what you think you've gone.
Yes.
Honestly, you can
This
push
is
it.
the pasta de flores flour paste, and you can roll it really, really thin. And it's actually still very flexible. It takes a lot longer to dry. Now, Chantal prefers to add some Mexican paste to it. Linda, who is watching, Linda Donnelly, she likes to add a little bit of Squires to it, just to speed up the drying process, really. They still want the flexibility, but it helps speed up the drying process and makes them stronger. If you use just pasta de flores, which Catalina Angel uses, you can still move them the next day. You can just move them slightly a little bit. So it really is down to you. It just saves them going hard. But when they do firm up, they're like china. They're lovely, aren't they?
They're gorgeous, yeah. And have we got any idea how much the cutters are?
I don't know yet.
We don't know yet, so we'll pop them on the website with details as soon as we've got them. Lisa Miles Darcy says, are the cones made from the same paste, please?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, completely the same paste. You literally just leave it to dry out.
And Sarah Morsley asks, how long can you store the roses once they're made, and what's the best way to store them?
Store them
Well, you
in
can leave
a
them for-
cardboard box.
Yeah.
Just
Well, they last forever.
Yes,
they last for years.
Once they're
you keep
dry.
them away from dust and you keep them away from moisture.
Once they're dry, you
Literally
last for
years.
years.
That's why you can make the cones
Yeah.
so far in
So far.
advance. You know,
Yeah.
I will quite happily make 100.
Just do yourself one favour. Do
Calyx.
not store in an airtight container.
No.
You'll have floppy roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they won't
Just
last.
make sure you don't do that. I made that mistake once. I made loads of little flowers, not roses, but loads of little flowers. Put them in an airtight container, and they all,
Oh, that's
Loop.
soft.
yeah.
Calyx.
Did I give you the calyx cutters? What did I do with them?
Nope.
Oh, do you know what? I was still getting them out when we were talking. That Liz has got a lot to answer for, keeping me occupied and full.
So just as a very quick reminder, any of the items, the majority of the items that Chantal's used this evening, so the pasta de flores, the cutters will eventually be on the website. We haven't got them in stock just yet, but they will be coming this week. And they are all available on Sugar and Crumbs website. So it's sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. You can either search by brand or head over to the Facebook Live wish list, whatever you prefer. But everything is in the wish list there for you. So all the different colours, the dust as well that Chantal's using at the moment. So we've got a whole range of dust. We've got fractal, we've got rainbow dust, we've got colour splash, we've got edible arts. So Victoria Smith has just said, how do you stop the petals sticking to the surface you're working on?
Trex.
Yeah,
Trex.
very,
So
very
it's like a
small
vegetable
amount,
fat.
isn't it? Yeah, it's
tiny.
just a
You
white
don't-
vegetable
hardly
fat.
anything.
Yeah,
It goes for years.
I've been through every box.
Every box.
It was the box that was sat on the floor. I've just gone through every box. Thinking, where are they?
Adrian Brunty, we're not actually selling the Mexican paste. It's actually
Make it.
made from a recipe, so you actually do need to make it. And we have posted the recipe on the page, though. It's also on the Sugar and Crumbs Mixing It Up page. And just while I'm on that subject, if no one, if you've not had a chance to head over to the Mixing It Up page, it's actually our recipe website. So every recipe on there is tried and tested by Sugar and Crumbs or by our tutors or people who are just fans of our products and fans of our page. And there is literally hundreds of recipes on there for people to try. So majority of them are made with our natural flavoured icing sugars and cocoa powders, but they're all completely adaptable to any flavour that you want. It's just personal choice. So when you've got 5 minutes, it's definitely worth heading over to the Mixing It Up page and having a nosy.
Right, calyx, just for the rose once it's all dried. Again. Boom, hold it. Turn it round. Quite thin this one. Oops. Thin and hot. Water. I feed it on and then do so.
It looks so lovely, doesn't it? Really very dainty.
Feed it on.
But you know, aren't white roses so beautiful underneath? Aren't white roses beautiful though?
Yeah, absolutely stunning.
Turn it round. And then just a little blob of finish it off.
Lisa Miles, the cutters aren't actually on the website yet. And when they are on the website, they will actually be on a pre-order because they're not actually physically with us yet. They're still being sent over by their manufacturer. So if you've already placed an order with us, it might be best for us to just process that as normal, and then when the cutters arrive, obviously you can place an additional order for those.
Or if you want your order to wait, ring the office tomorrow and ask us to put a hold on it for you. Basically, the cutters have got to be handmade, so when I went to order them, I assumed that I could just order them, and the gentleman is actually making my order tomorrow. So which means he won't be dispatching until Wednesday morning, which means I won't get them till Thursday.
Yeah, so if you're happy to wait for the rest of your order to be dispatched when the cutters arrive, that's absolutely fine. Just give us a quick call. We're open from 7, or drop us an email to the info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com mailbox rather.
So literally, I just put a blob of paste on the end to finish it off.
That looks fantastic.
And then just what I tend to do is on the white rose. So this is Pale Apricot by Edible Art. And then just dust to go with the others. I take quite a bit of, just saturate sort of the brush with the dust. Take it all in.
That's so pretty.
You'll see obviously that the dust, it looks like you're coating the whole of the rose. You're not, it's nice and quick.
It does look beautiful, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
This is the quick bit.
Yeah. How fast can you make a rose? Like tonight, you've had to take your time and demo. But how long, if you were sat there now making a rose, how quickly would you make them?
I don't know, I'm not incredibly fast. Because they're also done in sort of stages, it's hard, but 10 in an evening.
Yeah.
I've done 25%.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm not that quick. No. So
I made one last week with it. Was it last week or the week before? With Kim Firth. And God bless her. She can knock out roses, she's fine. And then 45 minutes in, I just went, you know what, Kim, forget this.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. I've got better things to do in my life than make roses. But I've no patience. Like my daughter loves making models and she'll sit and make roses. But I'm like my other daughter Adele, we've just no patience. If it doesn't happen straight away, that's it.
It's done.
We're off.
You're done.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in the little chunks that I did, I've mixed the rainforest. Is that rainforest? No. The ruscus green and the vine. So, I literally, there's obviously some blue in that, mix the two, and then where the cracks have been, where I've done the rips,
Have you come up with that little idea yourself? Because I've never seen that be done before, have you?
Yep.
That was quite nice,
It's
isn't it?
fantastic, yeah.
Makes them really realistic, doesn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah, just on, not too many, because I've done one and there's loads on it. It's just, it's
That's
got a bit
it's been
over
scoffed.
theirs. Yeah, you just find the little sort of chips that you've done. And then, no. No, I know. I would use a
Do you want a
hairbrush,
puffer?
but I don't have one. Hairdryer. Never mind.
Would you like a little
See, it
puffer?
would be. That's all right. And there you go.
Wow,
Shall
look at that. How beautiful is that? Is that going to ruin all my thing, that? Oh.
Whoa.
That's
There you go.
Shine.
So if you wondered
There's
what
a
we've
rose.
squirted on there, it's called Shell and Shine or Edible Glaze. It's entirely up to you. And that just finishes it off and gives it a lovely
Beautiful.
shine. And it seals the colour in.
sets the colour.
Sets the colour, seals the colour.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
sorry.
Are they the same?
You know anything?
Absolutely
I shouldn't have done
fantastic. So what do we think, guys? So what do we think of that? So you're going to quickly do some filler flowers, and what are we going to get Liz to do? Is Liz doing filler flowers, or should we get, or will she get Liz to wire them up?
So Julie Baines just says, are you dusting tonight's freshly made rose, or is it the rose?
No,
it's
so
a
this
it's
is
completely
completely
set.
dry rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would
So
be-
they want just show them the one that that you're finishing tonight. This is your one.
The one
This
we've
is the
made
one I've
tonight.
This one that you made
Yeah.
tonight, isn't it?
so
So this one's here. This has got to dry now.
this has got to dry.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, you would wait until it's completely dry, Julie, before trying to dust it at all.
Saying that, some roses you do when it's wet. The one that are green, they've got like a green and pink. Oh, I can't remember what they're called. What roses they are. Oh, I'll think of the name. But yeah, they've got green from the bottom up, and then there's some pink and green on the top. You have to do those when wet. You've got to dust them because when they open up, you can't get green down the bottom.
Inside.
You can't get it.
Yeah.
So when you look at it from the top, you need to be
Yeah.
able to see the green.
Yeah.
So there are some roses that you do, but no, you tend to do it when it's all dry.
Okay. I can just use a pair of scissors. Really. No, that's that. I just need to cut a few.
We've got so many
Yeah.
comments on here. It's so pretty, beautiful,
Yeah.
stunning, wow.
Absolutely.
Honestly, so many positive comments. Really, really beautiful. Angela Black says you would think that is a real rose, and you
Yeah.
genuinely would. It is
Yeah.
absolutely incredible.
They do look good. So Liz is just going to help Chantal with the demo, and then they're going to. These are some flowers that they made earlier, just so that later on they can put them all together into a spray for you. I don't know who's going to do what now. Who's going to do what, Chantal?
Fillers.
What do you need? Fillers and
Do you want
the
stoners?
no, I don't
No?
need those. Those are too thick. The ceramic veining tool.
Yep.
Because there isn't a cell stick, is there?
No, but that's the one she wants to use.
Okay. You can use that one. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Right.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Here we go.
Don't stick your head under the camera.
Yeah, wash
Just
your
covered
hands.
in
I've
dust.
just washed mine. We're going to make a few filler flowers using this Blossom Sugar Art set of cutters. It's a set of 5. For your money, it's probably one of the best sets around.
Yeah.
If you can see, you've got. Am I
Yeah,
where I
you're
need to
in
be?
shot.
Right, just let me tell you, we don't sell them just individually like that. What we do is we sell them as multi-pack, so you get the veiner with it as well.
Excellent.
So these are just the cutters, okay, but we sell them as sets. So we sell them as the Creative Studio set, where you get 3 moulds in there and loads of cutters, which includes all those, and that's $19.99, I think it is.
Very good.
Yeah, is that $19.99 or $21.99, something like that?
Value.
But I think they're meant to be $25.99.
They're
or something.
exceptional value.
Yeah.
When they make these cutters, the smaller the cutter and the more intricate the cutter is, the more expensive it becomes
Yes,
to make.
exactly.
So cutters like this are far more expensive to make
Then
than
a
a
big
cutter
one.
like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's so much more to it. So to get
Fiddly, isn't
all
it?
this
Yeah.
for that price is exceptionally
Yeah.
good.
So I'll show you the set, because we do have a set. Just so
There
that
are
you know.
not many flowers that you can't make with things like this. Most flowers, either small flowers, come 4, 5 or 6 petals. The majority of them you'll find, if you go looking around your gardens, are 5 petal cutters, 5 petal flowers. So using these, you can do quite a lot with them. This little one here, while we're waiting, is your basic stephanotis cutter. Now with this little basic stephanotis cutter, you can make your little stephanotis. Can you see this?
Yeah, perfect.
Right? The same cutter, spread the flowers. You wouldn't say it's the same cutter. I've rounded the petals. The same cutter again. I've made a different shape from it. These are all
Wow.
from the same cutter.
Yeah.
So it just shows you do not, and I've also done a little, almost like a little hyacinth, but a 5-petaled one, where it's been pinched.
Yeah.
So that's
lovely.
all the same cutter. So that's what I thought we would do, because there's so much variety with all of these cutters. These are little primrose cutters, which you get your standard little primrose from. But I don't know if you ever look in the garden, if you ever go for walking in the countryside at the moment, you'll see the little mallow flowers, the wild mallow flowers that are out. It's the same cutters again, just done slightly differently, and the lines painted on them.
Fantastic.
So it's amazing what is out there that you can actually make from this 5 set of cutters.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought we would do. A couple of those, so you can see how to change the cutters around. This little 4 one, when you look at them, it automatically says to you that this has got to be a hydrangea. It doesn't have to be. You can make it into one of these little 4-petal flowers that you get. And if you dust this pink, they're all over the gardens and in the fields at the moment. So you can just keep on making. I've done another one where I've just dusted the edges.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. And this is when your translucent paste come into their own. This looks as if it's almost see-through, because all I've done is catch the edges. And because the paste we've used has a translucency, it's not got any white dye in it, you get that translucent colour to it, and it makes it look far more fragile than maybe some other paste might do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the idea of what we're going to do. Shall I take these away? I'll put them to one side.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't need a lot of space, so let me leave these ones here while we do some. So let's find this. Where's the paste? Here's your paste. Now I normally sit when I do sugar, do flowers.
Do you want a chair?
No, I'm fine. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be standing too long. So I'm going to start with a ball of paste, and I'm going to make what we call a teardrop.
Can you bring
shape.
your hands? Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, we'll start again because there's stuff. Actually, we'll do this. You want to clean your hands very quickly. It doesn't matter what you do with sugar paste.
You always get something.
Whenever you go and answer the phone, pick anything up, pick up a tool, you'll find you get little bits of something on your hands. So a quick way of making sure you've cleaned your hand is to sacrifice a little bit of sugar paste, flour paste, and run it over your hands. And that should, look, all the bits get caught up in it. It is very hot under these lights. So I'm going to take a tiny bit. I don't normally put Trex on my hands for this. I normally find that the paste is good enough. But my hands are a little bit sticky because it's a bit warm. So a little bit of paste, you don't need a lot. Into a ball, into a cone. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah? Cone this a little bit longer. So I've got a little bit of a tail. It looks a bit like a tadpole now. If you take that and you press with your fingers, I'm now looking a bit like a golf ball tee.
Yes.
You with me? Take it between your fingers and pinch it out. this is very sticky. I'm pinching it out, but also try and keep this neck, this is what we call the neck, quite thin. I'm now going to put it down, and I'm going to use whatever tool I can find. So it's going to end up being a little wooden tool, because I need to roll this thinner. I would normally use what is called a cell stick.
Just
but we
before you
haven't
do
got
that,
one.
there's that
Is
set.
that the whole set?
Wow.
Wow.
So you get the whole set there,
Excellent.
which is fab. That's the best
That
buy.
is excellent.
That's the best buy because you
That
get
is-
all the different shapes and you've got veins
And you've
if you
got
want
the
to.
different sizes. Look,
Yeah,
you can go up
yeah.
to much bigger sizes. This is exactly the same as when you're doing roses.
Yeah.
If you use making a small flower, use a finer, a 28 gauge wire. As you get to bigger flowers, you have to use a thicker wire, otherwise it won't hold the weight. So what I'm doing with this is I'm just rolling this out with, this tool will do fine. And I've got to just move it around because it's going to, the paste is very warm and it's going to stick and I don't want it to. What I'm doing is I'm thinning out the edges. And I'm just going around. You're going to have Margaret doing, did you say Margaret Ellis is coming to do something for you?
Who, sorry?
Did you say Margaret Ellis is coming to do something for you?
Margaret has used the pasta de flores. We sent her some
Oh,
to try
that's
out
right.
for us,
That's
yeah,
right.
and she did some
So I'm
fantastic
I
flowers.
would normally do this a lot quicker, but the paste is very sticky.
Yeah.
So rather than trying and just make a mess,
It's not easy.
can you see I've thinned this out? Now I
Yeah.
don't know if you can, no you can't see how thin this is.
There's the blue foam if you want.
Let's do the blue
There.
foam.
So you're
No,
right.
it's fine, put blue foam on
And
this.
you need to come right into the middle.
Yeah,
Sorry, right
where
in
your
the
flowers
Right
are.
there, where your flowers
Where my
are.
flowers are, move those off to
Need
the
to-
side. Let's do this. I'll just
Yeah.
thin this down a little bit more. Normally it would just lift up, but because it's so sticky tonight,
Well, it
I'm just
gets
rolling
warm in here with all the lights on.
It's
and
very
everything
hot.
else.
now I'm going to take this little cutter. Whoa, where am I? In the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
That's it, perfect.
Drop it over the top. Press it down. Give it a little wiggle. You want it to come clean.
Do you want me to make some more hats?
Do you want to make
You've
some
got
more?
time. I don't know. Do you want me to make some more so she can just cut them?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, that hasn't cut as cleanly as you would like, but you'll see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn it upside down. This is now dead flat. You don't want that with a flower. You want it to have a little bit of shape. So I'm using this tool because this is the one available, and I'm putting a little hole in the middle. Now, you don't want to leave it like that because very few flowers have just a hole in the middle. They have a tapered hole in the middle. So what you then do is you gently press towards your thumb and open that up a bit so you've got more of a tapered look to your flower. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can then put it on your board. And there's various things you can do with it. You can take a small ball tool. Have you got a little one?
Yeah, there's a very tiny one there.
Yeah, you can take a tiny one. And if you go from the edge of the petal to the middle of the flower, the paste will roll up. Can you see how it rolls
Yeah.
around the ball?
Do you want smaller balls? The smaller
No,
ones
that's
there.
fine. Can you see how it rolls
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. A little bit of pressure, turn it. Now, when you've been doing flowers a long time, you tend to just work around the flower. But when you haven't been, it's always a good idea to keep doing the same motion each time.
Yeah.
So turn the flower around so that you can keep going the same way. Rather than
Yeah.
working your way around the petal, when you're learning, go from one side and just turn your flower around so that you're going exactly the same way each time. Okay?
Fantastic. That makes a difference, that, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they can actually see that,
Yeah, I
but it's
managed
good,
to
isn't it?
zoom in
All I
quite
have to
a
now
bit.
do is put my wire in. This is a 28 gauge wire. I haven't even put a hook on it. It doesn't need it. The
Yeah.
paste is sticky enough, it's going to hold it.
So the 28 gauge wire is a very fine
Very
wire,
fine.
isn't it? Yeah.
The bigger the number, the finer it is.
Right, great.
So
That's a
turn-
good way to remember, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got to feed this through. Now you can't see what you're doing if you're looking upside down.
No.
So turn your flower to one side so you can guide your wire through to the bottom of that point.
Mhm.
That way you can see what you're doing. Feed it down till you just about can't see the wire and then roll it onto the wire.
Yeah, look at that. That's clever, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Doesn't need any glue. it
Yeah.
won't. Yeah, it'll stick.
That's
it,
clever.
it's done. So now if I want to, I can just press these back a little bit,
Yeah.
shape them if I want, and leave that to dry.
Oh, I think I'd like making them.
I love making them. I
So
do.
that's that one.
Because it's almost an instant result. And I think
Somebody
that's
else
the
make
difference.
somebody else can make the rose. I'll not
Yeah,
bother.
I love doing
Now I'm
for
going
the
to do
flowers.
another one. Now, can you see that this, I've got to get the neck of this over. So I'm going to over this thickness here. So I'm going to take this is also troubleshooting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to roll the middle of this so it comes thinner. Can you see how wide that is?
Yeah.
I'm going to roll it because I need it to be more narrow.
Yeah.
Okay? So it doesn't matter what you start with, you can always fix it. There you go. Much more narrow.
Yeah.
Put it down. It needs to be rolled a lot thinner than this.
Just with fingers.
Yeah, no, it's with your fingers. I know.
It's not rolled.
But because
So if you're wondering how they're appearing, Chantal's knocking them out here. She stood at the side, making little Mexican hats as fast as she can.
once again, same cutter. I'm going to drop it over the top and cut it out. Now, normally it moves, but because it's so sticky, it's not moving clean. Okay, so let's take the excess paste away. I apologise in advance, it's not working clean, but it's only because the paste is so sticky. Once again, I'm going to... Yeah,
So Maloney said, would you not use the small hole in the pad?
you can do, but what with this paste at the moment is so sticky, it's going to stay in there. It won't come out.
Yeah.
When I try and take it out, it's just going to rip.
But that's a good thing to know, because if there's people who are learning how to use it pad, they'll think that's the only way. So the way you're showing them gives them another option,
I'm just
isn't it?
trying to
So when
find
it's
a
super
tool.
hot in the summer
Trying to
outside.
find a tool
Yeah.
that works better. This could do with being slightly more pointed, but another thing you can use is a fine paintbrush. You know, your fine paintbrushes, if I look at this paintbrush, this is quite a thick paintbrush. It's got quite a fat bottom.
Yeah.
But the finer paintbrushes are much narrower at the top. So you could use that to do what I'm doing here, which is just easing it out to give me a tapered throat to the flower. Now, once I've got that, oh, there we go. There's a finer one. So you can just use your back of your toothbrush. I mean, paintbrush, paintbrush.
You
Now-
brush your teeth with whatever you want to with those.
I'm now going to change the shape of these because at the moment they're in a point and I want to make them more rounded. Now, I think you might need to go on the other side of me because I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the middle of the petal. Can you see?
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll to one side. Middle of the petal again, roll to the other side. So now what I've done is I've widened that petal compared to the one next to it. Can you see the difference?
Yep.
So you go all the way around, widening your petals. And that gives you a totally different shape to the one you started with. So widen each petal. If you start at the middle, you don't distort the shape so that each one looks the same. If you start at one side and just work across, you can totally distort your petals. So now I have much wider petals.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, which I can then do what I want with. I can fold them, I can turn them on here. So say I decide I want to do this with it. Let's get a ball tool. Now before, the first time, I needed to use this really fine ball tool because of the size of the petal. My petal is now that much wider, so I use a wider one. And I can do the same, and I can stroke the petal going towards the centre of the flower, and that will turn that petal up. So I now have a wider petal. If I want to then, if I want to then, I can then pinch these around. So I get a curved petal, which is very, very pretty. So if you put it up in the middle, pinch it around the sides.
That looks lovely, doesn't it?
So you get that slightly pinched look to it because it's curled.
Takes a bit of imagination.
Yeah.
Because you
That
just
gives
it's
you
all
another one.
the same cutter.
Yeah,
And
but
then all
exactly.
you're doing now is once again taking a wire, feed it through, turn it on the side so that you can see what you're doing, where you go, so you can guide it. Feed to the bottom, feed it through.
Wonder how many ladies are going to sit here at night time
And
doing
just
their
roll it.
flowers.
Now these are very
Next
sticky.
Monday night, you'll all be
Okay.
sat there making your rosebuds.
No hook, no glue.
Yeah, fantastic.
You leave them to dry and then you dust them up.
Yeah.
And there's another one. Same petal, same cutter. Just done a different way.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Yeah,
You can
brilliant.
you can do that with all of your petals. I mean, all of your cutters, all of these little ones can be played with. There's another Mexican hat for me. What am I doing with this one?
There's one
Oh,
there.
there's one.
They're appearing everywhere.
They're appearing everywhere.
Somebody must have left them.
Yeah, she's here. She's knocking them out for you.
They're breeding. They're breeding.
She's making you a bright pink one.
Slightly bigger one.
Right,
Slightly
so
bigger cutter.
the biggest mistake really with a lot of these small petals is these small flowers is to make
So,
them too
and
thick.
KS, we're not just using Mexican paste, we're using pasta de flores, which is flower modelling paste, okay? But tonight, what they want to do, the ladies, is they've added a little bit of Mexican paste, 50-50 actually, so it's not a little, it's half, because they want it just to be a bit firmer. It's quite warm.
Is that because we're calling them Mexican hats?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably.
So it's quite warm, but what they're actually making here is not. These are called Mexican hats, and I'm going to get Liz to explain to you why they're called Mexican hats.
That's old-fashioned.
Which is-
It's a very old-fashioned
Yeah,
way
look
of
at it.
looking
There
at
you
it.
go. Here's a big
They
one.
look like a Mexican's hat years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, Mexican's hat. Now, what they call them today, when you teach today, you don't call them that because nobody can relate to that.
Yeah.
So today you call them Harry Potter sorting hats. Then they know the shape you're looking for.
Yeah, isn't that funny? That.
So now, when
Yeah.
you talk to people today, you always say it's a so the Mexican hats,
Yeah.
the Harry Potter sorting hats. You can see straight away why we call them that because
Yeah.
you can see straight away the shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that makes more sense to people
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we got any cornflour?
Yes.
No,
I
have
just
no,
want to get
it's here.
No, I just want to get a cloth and dry my hands.
Yeah.
My hands are getting sticky, so I just need
So
to...
next Monday when we go live, who we got live? Oh, we've got Karen Davies in the kitchen next week. So when we got Karen in the kitchen next Monday, I want to see you all sat there making your rosebuds while you're watching.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Once again, I'm going to do exactly what we've done before. Put a hole in it, but I'm gently easing it out so that I've got a tapered throat rather than a solid throat. And this time, I'm going to just, with my fingers, finger and thumb, just squeeze the petals so that they're a little bit bigger than they were. Just make them a little bit bigger. And I need something that I'm going to push it up on. So I'm taking any kind of tapered tool. Let's use it to, the paintbrush will be good. And I'm making it come upwards. So your flowers, some flowers don't open flat, they open up like a trumpet. So this way you get your flowers to look like a trumpet without actually damaging your paint.
Yes, they look nice like that, don't they?
Yeah. So it looks like a trumpet. Take your, anything that will make a mark. This is a spatula. And over your finger, because
Right,
your
into
finger
the
has
centre.
got,
Yeah.
over your finger, because your finger has got a natural curve, lay it over and roll it over to give you a line.
Oh, look at that.
You roll it over your finger and it gives you a little line. You can do this with your primroses, because your primroses have a little line down the
It's
middle.
just good, isn't it? The same idea, isn't it? It's great.
Yeah. Now, if we're going to turn this into the kind of
You might
flower,
even get me interested in
like
doing them.
if
The
you
little
do a
ones.
hyacinth type flower, you would then take your finger, you'd pinch your petal, you'd pull it up and you'd
Oh,
turn
look
it
at
over.
that. I like that.
So pinch it and pull it over.
I don't know how well you can see it, but basically Liz is actually pinching it and pulling
Pinch
the
it.
paste
Do you
up.
want me to do it sideways? Does that
Yeah,
work?
see it,
maybe,
yeah.
Pinch it, pull it, turn it.
That looks so good, doesn't it?
So once again, we're done now. Just need a wire. Turn up the side once again to feed your wire through. Pull it down till you just about can't see it. Now you can tape stamens onto your wires before you start, so you've got stamens coming out to make your different flowers again. And that's all I'm doing is taping this down. Once again, no wire, no hook, no glue. And there's your little hyacinth type
Oh,
shape.
wow, look at that.
So that's 3 already with the same cutter.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
So it just shows
Amazing.
what you can do.
So Chantel's made you a bigger one there.
What am I doing with the bigger one?
Bigger cutter. One more.
Okay,
Then we
one
can,
more.
we're
Yeah, so you're making a big
stuff
one.
together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's just
So you're going to make this last one and then you've got 7 minutes to put them all together.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Now, if
So,
you
but
make
our
these too
audience is
long-
very good, and they do generally stay with us to the
So,
end. There's
if
always
this
those
is
that have had
too-
to go to bed,
If it's too big,
but
just get rid of it. And
Catch
leave it.
up.
yeah.
Catch up TV.
So, or if they're like me, they look at it the next day.
Just need to get those.
They said they
Cutting
are
tape.
all silent watching you, so they're enjoying it. So they've watched you and Chantal tonight, and they're just like,
This is a different chat. Now I wonder if I can get
Something to
this.
go and practice.
yeah.
Oh, that will fit on.
absolutely.
Let's do the big
Well,
one.
next week we'll put the challenge on, see how many buds they can knock out on next week's
So what I
live.
normally do, this is working. This is what I normally
Yeah.
do. I put my cutter over and I give it a rub on my board
Yeah,
to make sure I've got a clean cut.
yeah.
If it still doesn't look clean, run your fingers over the edge. Like so. And then take away your excess.
Yeah.
There you go.
Super.
Then you just need to gently ease it out.
Yeah. Oh, I love
This-
those ones. I love those
Now
ones.
this
They're
is the one I
lovely.
did this from.
Yeah.
This is the little mallow tap one. But
Yeah.
it's a primrose
Just pull it
shade.
back under that camera, under this camera.
What? This
This
one?
one. Oh, there's cameras everywhere, Liz.
Well,
That one there is what the audience
Yeah.
can't see. The one Maria's got. Maria's
so
the one
that's
for the
just it's got
videos.
little paintings on the little
How pretty is
meadow
that?
mallows that you get at the moment. But generally speaking, when you see this shape, you're thinking primrose of
Yeah.
some form. So what you're going to do now is you're going to put it. So I haven't done anything with the centre of it
No.
yet.
Are we in
Put
the
it
right
straight
place?
Yeah.
onto the mat.
Yeah.
Take a ball tool. And what I want to do is, there's 2 bumps on each one. So to emphasise it, I want to actually use each bump. So I'm going to go in with each bump, just brushing it towards the centre. So it jumps up. Turn your pet flower around, because if you're not used to working with them, try and keep yourself doing the same motion each time. So instead of now turning and going all over the place, you turn your flower so that it's easier for you. Right, so we've done that. We should have that nice little shape at the bottom. When you turn it over, let's put something in the centre. So we need a hole in the centre, but we want once again a tapered hole in the centre. Now if your tool starts to stick, put a little bit of wholesome Trex on it. Even the Trex has gone liquid. Shows you how warm it is in here. Right.
Yeah. It is.
Because it's a
really warm.
primrose, obviously we need this little line down the middle of each petal.
That has loosened up, hasn't it?
It's a liquid.
I know.
Loosened
Liquid Trex.
up. Liquid Trex. Little line down the middle, like all primroses have. Now, ideally, you would put some stamens on. You've got stamens,
I've
haven't
got
you?
stamens. Do you want 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4?
One with, say 3, will do me fine. We were the
Uh, I think they're underneath there. Pick up these.
No. Oh, there.
there they are, there they are, there they are.
We've got things planted all over everything.
So,
And you can actually even make your own stamens with your own
Okay.
wires, can't you?
Yeah, this is what
So the
I
white-
did.
once
Is that what
again,
they are? Yeah,
yeah.
they're your own homemade ones. Because you just make them in just a little tiny little ball on, don't you?
Yeah, feed it through. Stamens, so lose
Love
part
it.
of the stamen
Like
through
that.
the bottom. Once again, once you've got it there, roll it on.
Yeah.
If you need to get rid of any excess, let's do this on so I can show you. If you need to get rid of any excess, either take a pair of scissors, but I can't see a pair of scissors, they're there. Take a little pair of scissors and nip off. You can't cut through the wire, you don't want to cut through the wire, but it allows you to nip off what you don't want, that you think is excessive,
Yeah.
and then work that little bit down again.
I think I like the idea of making them ones.
There you go.
Yeah. How
Leave
pretty
them
is
to
that?
dry,
That's lovely,
and when
that.
they're dry, just dust them up. Don't forget, at the bottom, whenever you're dusting your flowers, don't forget that the bottom of most of your flowers, we don't tend to put calyxes on these little flowers.
No.
You must dust the bases with a little bit of green.
Yeah, just
To-
brush
so-
them up, don't
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
just so they look as if you've put something on it. And that's all your little flowers.
Yeah. Super. Do you want to just show them those little flowers, Liz, under the camera there?
We did, we had them there to start
Yeah.
with. We
So
had
there
them
you
there.
go. So these are ones that they've just actually wired up and put together. So I hope you've really enjoyed this live. And then Liz and Chantal are actually going to put a little spray together for you. So I can see Chantal in the corner of my eye here. putting some together, ready for
Is
who's
it
going to
good
make the big one? You're not going to do the big one, Chantal?
I'll get to it. Right, what have you got? Have you got me flowers? Have you got me leaves?
I'm doing
Oh,
it.
you're doing me one.
Started it.
Started
Started
me
that
one.
one.
There we are. Are you doing a
You
single
can-
spray?
Let's start touching them.
You don't want to come the other side. We just want a single spray,
Yeah.
don't we? So can I have some more leaves?
Yes.
So what we've done is started here with some smaller leaves. So you back your spray up with some leaves to give it
Yeah.
something. You've got to have something to show your flowers off. And if
Yeah.
you don't have some kind of background, your flowers tend to get lost.
Yeah.
So we start with a smaller flower or a bud, and then put some other little flowers around it. Then I want. Oh, have you got a few?
These are the only ones we've got.
They're the only ones you've got. Okay, I'll have some of
Actually,
these.
hang on.
I was going to use
I
these.
think they're attached. Oh yeah.
I was going to just use these
Yep.
and bring these in
Yeah.
here.
Absolutely, that's fine.
No, the rose leaves are
No,
attached to a
bring me these.
comb at the minute.
Bring me these, all of these.
Oh, show them what you've made, Chantal. So how cool is
This was
this?
a practice.
So
Well, I ripped the other half off because I needed to. use
show in
the
front of this
marker.
camera to Laura. So Chantal has attached this to a
So-
comb.
This is Lizzie on this. Those ones there.
Yeah.
Then we've got
So
some
attached it
vines.
to a comb so you can put it in your hair. Look at that.
So,
Look at that. How good's that?
Fantastic.
and then that's just it. It's a
Especially
jip.
that for like bridesmaids or anything
Yeah.
like that, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
lovely, yeah.
Or a few more leaves. I'm going to just put a few. Can I have another half open rose of some form? Okay, thank you. Now these are very hard wires. These are the 18-inch gauge.
Yeah.
So you have to bend your rose
Yeah.
quite firmly because otherwise it just simply won't sit where you want
Yeah.
it to go.
So you need to bend it before you put it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're too hard
Yeah.
to
To bend when they're in
yeah.
the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're just going to attach.
So are you all enjoying this, ladies? And gents,
Laura?
sorry. I always forget. We have about 5 gents
Yeah,
sneaking
we
in watching,
do.
don't we? So I
Yeah.
hope you're all enjoying it.
Regular viewers, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, it's great.
I think we'll just take some of these.
So
leaves
maybe
of
we could
yours.
narrow it down to the 5 guys who've made our.
We
picture
don't
rose.
know because it could be
So
someone
we've got
quite
Ian.
unexpected.
Is it Ian Cotton?
Ian Cotton,
Paul Holmes,
Paul
might
Holmes, David
have-
Warrener,
David Warrener,
Who else
Richard
did we have?
Crompton,
Yes.
and Rob
Right on
Allen.
your
That's
hands.
5.
Yeah.
Who else do we have? Ooh.
Let's go through the comments because we've had a few
Well,
comments.
Rob hasn't got a wife, so that's him
A
out.
large one.
Okay.
So Richard's got Julie. I've never seen Ian
So
Cotton
I
mention
have
his
you
wife.
like that, and I put.
Oh, I don't think Paul.
some
Don't
other
think
flowers
Paul's wife
on
does
that
cake.
side. We've got flowers for the other. I'll do some
Ooh,
of
could be
these
narrowing
from
it
the
down.
side. And can I have some leaves for the back end?
Yep.
Got them.
So how fantastic
them.
is this
Lovely
looking? Look at
rose.
that lovely white rose, isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful.
Could you come into the centre? Just
Yeah,
up a
into the
little bit.
centre. Liz.
Oops.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it. Perfect. Thank you.
So put them all together, and Liz is now using a product called Stemtex, and it's tape.
Don't mind me. I'm used to doing this. That's why I'm swinging it
Yeah.
around.
And it's tape, and you stretch it to release the stickiness of the glue.
Correct. Florists use it all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So-
So there, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Don't
that's
stretch
sticky.
it until you want to use it.
No, it gets all
Yeah.
over your
And you,
fingers.
you stretch it as you start to pull it round the wire. Don't pre-stretch it and leave it. So as you start pulling all your wires together, you pull the tape.
Oh, Ian's wife is Lisa, of course it is.
Oh, that could be a
I've got a little
clue.
bit more paint.
Ian
tape
and
than I've
Lisa.
done.
Mm.
Tape.
Come on.
We're
Who,
done.
Okay.
who made us the sign?
Silence.
Sign.
Now, when I tape together, when I do a lot of taping, I tend to do it over some foam because quite often you'll drop something.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it over something hard, you're going to break it.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea if you're doing a lot of taping to have a layer of foam underneath you. So
Yeah.
in case you do drop something,
Yeah.
all that work's not gone for nothing.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is break an outer petal of a
Well,
rose.
it's heartbreaking, especially when it's in the middle and it's all, half of it's
And
all
your fingers
taped
get
up.
really sticky as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I just need to chop. In fact, I won't bother because this is not. going
So
anywhere.
the
off
blue
now.
mat is a foam mat. It comes in a set of 2. And if Maria just passes over the white one, it comes over with a white mat and a blue mat. So the white mat is just the foam mat for you to ball out on and things. And this one is got little holes in for your Mexican. There, that'll do. For putting your little Mexican hats in that we don't call Mexican hats
Hats.
anymore. What are they called?
Sort of
The the modern way now is Harry Potter's.
Potter's sorting hat. Good.
So,
There we go.
Beautiful.
Give her a little spray.
There we go.
wow, look at
Fantastic.
that. Well done. That deserves a round of applause. Well done, girls. Absolutely fantastic. So, did you all enjoy that, everyone?
Yeah, fantastic positive
Yeah.
comments and
Yeah,
feedback.
lots of really good feedback. Well done, girls.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, well done to Liz. So yeah. So well done to Liz and Chantal. I do want you to give them a big round of applause. Do pop over to Chantal's page. It's Cakes by. Have I got it right this time?
Cake by CEO.
Yeah, Cakes by CEO.
Suffolk.
No, but last year from Suffolk, I was going to say CEO, but CEO Cakes. But I want to make sure I got it right. Cakes by CEO. Pop over there. I have actually had a look on her page as well. She makes some beautiful flowers. Liz, do you have a page?
Absolutely.
What's your page?
Sugardesign.co.uk.
Sugardesign.co.uk. So pop over there and have a look. Don't forget, if you want to join the organisation, find out who's local in your area, where you can all get together, like-minded people, and you can all sit together and do these things together,
Yeah.
can't you?
Yeah, there's groups all over the country. If you can't find, some areas have got British Sugar Craft Guild groups, some areas have got
Both.
independent groups, and some areas have got both. And if you're just looking for a group of like-minded people to spend a monthly meeting with, then yeah, go and find
Yeah.
them.
Monthly meeting's great, isn't it?
Monthly meetings
Yes.
are great. You learn a lot because there's normally a demonstration every month. They're not that expensive to go to. Your yearly fees vary. Most clubs set their own fees.
What
so
do
it
you think they are on
depends.
average fees?
British Sugar Craft Guild, on an average, about £50 a year. Most of the independent
Pound a
groups
week.
are about,
Less.
most of them
£20 a year,
25 to 35
50p a week.
pound, a year for independent clubs.
Okay?
It's
Like an auction.
Yeah. really, the money is so that they can actually afford to pay for demonstrations.
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is great. Well worth joining anyhow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So hope you've enjoyed tonight. Two great girls. They've had a long journey, and Liz, God bless her. She's had a car accident a few years ago.
Not me.
Got a
Chantal.
back, not Liz. Sorry, Chantal. Got a dodgy back. She came in with a walking stick, which you have to use all the time, don't you? And I said, "Are you going to be all right? Because you can't really sit under here." So the poor girl's been in pain all the way through tonight. So the fact that she's actually achieved this is amazing, because she normally does it sat down, I assume, do you? So lots of love there. So thank you guys. Everything is on the wish list if there's anything that you need. Loads of new products have gone on the wish list. I'm not going to do the draw because, as I was informed after I shouted out, we actually haven't wrote out the little ticket. So sorry about that. So we'll do that tomorrow, and we're blaming Shelley because she's not here. So, we'll do the draw tomorrow. Who have we got in this week? We've got Marion Frost in this week, so we can talk to her about the Mexican paste, because maybe we'll have to get her to rename it now then, to modernising it up. I think I'll have to modernise Marion up.
I don't know where the term Mexican
No,
paste
I
originally
don't.
came from. I started sugar crafting nearly 40 years ago, and the word Mexican paste was out there,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
So anyhow, Marion is on Thursday night. We're doing a live at 8 o'clock. So that's 2 lives this week. Now next week we've got 2 lives, one on Monday and one on Tuesday. So Monday we've got Karen Davies in at 8 o'clock. She's got a new mould in. She might have another one, I don't know, you never know. And then Tuesday we've got the king of royal icing. So he called me, you know it is, don't you? So I've got to get his name right this time. I'm preparing myself. So Michael Lewis Anderson, and he is fabulous. Honestly, I met him at the German show, and I have never laughed so much. So if you're looking for an absolutely crazy, hilarious night, then he's in on Tuesday. He's good friends with Karen Davies. We can't let him in with Karen Davies because otherwise now we'll get done. So. And he is offering a class on Tuesday. So if any of you want to know anything about royal icing, go over to our classes. He is going to do a class here. He's going to show you everything. Well, he can't show you everything about royal icing. But he's going to show you as much as he can, including string work. And he's actually going to do some things on cookies for you, which I have to make, by the way. So I have to make the cookies, and he's going to show you how to do them. So it's going to be a fabulous class. I will be in class as well. So I'm going to attend that because I've not done royal icing since I was a very young girl. And when I did royal icing, it's very hit and miss. Have you done royal icing? When I did royal icing, sometimes it was soft and you could bite into it, and other times you nearly broke your teeth.
My first exams were all in royal icing.
Were they?
I didn't have sugar paste in those days.
No,
I
well
didn't
that's
have
true
flour
because
paste.
when I
Everything
was
royal
26,
icing.
when I was 26, I did cake decorating. Can you believe it? I went to night school, did cake decorating. Never heard of sugar paste then. It was all royal icing.
It was royal icing.
And I remember icing this cake up and doing all my shells and everything. Come to put the knife through it, crikey, wouldn't cut.
Oh, you glycerin in your royal icing, did you? No.
So we've got a fun week still. We're going to be here. We're going to be in your lounge. Make sure you're ready. So Thursday night with Marion, next Monday with Karen Davies, and then Tuesday night, the king of royal icing, Michael Lewis Anderson. Yay, got it right again. I keep calling him Hamilton.
Lewis
Lewis
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
You might
So-
like it with that.
So that's us. We're over and done with. That's a good night from all of us.
Good
Thanks,
night.
girls.
Good night.
Thanks, girls.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.